Hello, and welcome to RPG Out of the Box. Well, RPG half the box, because the other half is missing. Look at that. Madge.
Everyone's here.
It's Madge.
I have publicity now.
This is my Drell voice.
No, he's not going to appreciate that, I'm sure. I hope he's watching from home.
Can I just play cast tonight?
You could.
Tell me what you're doing.
Is he watching from home? That's the important question.
I don't know. I bet he is, though.
You poke him. Tell him to get on there. Watch that. Hi, friends. Thank you for coming. We are playing D&D's Descent into Avernus. We are a group of friends. Just get together to have a little fun and entertain you in the process. So, we are here. My mic is loud. Microphone with the weakest. Okay. Anyways, so we are a bunch of friends that get together and play some D&D. But unfortunately, tonight, two of those friends cannot be here. So we're going to do a little sidetrack with these two. I will let them introduce themselves. Go.
18.
You win.
That dice does not like you. Hello.
My dice
I
do.
am on the internet, Assassin Kitty. I also
As shown
have-
below.
As shown below. Shh. Technology, quiet. I also have Instagram, Creations by Cosmo, which you can check out to see all my painting stuff. I need to post on there more because I haven't in like a couple weeks.
Yes, you do.
Right.
Or more. I am currently playing the Tiefling Rogue, Eris and and she likes to stab people and be fabulous while doing so.
That is a lofty goal.
Yes. I have achieved it well so far.
She has succeeded.
While smelling like lavender and jasmine, with a slight undertone of sewage.
Thanks to J-Baz.
I think you've taken a bath since then.
Yes, probably.
It's hard to wash that sewage stink
It's
off.
also
though.
raining quite heavily.
That's true. And you guys are soaked to the bone.
The smell of wet tiefling.
And next, across the table.
I am Orri, also known as Beckatron91 on Twitter and now Instagram. So I have two little platforms now. And, I bash heads, make friends, eat ale, and
Eat ale?
Drink cheese?
and drink stew.
There we
I eat
go.
ale and I drink stew.
They said it couldn't be done.
But it,
That
You
definitely
said hold my stew.
but at what cost? What cost?
swallowing venison whole. That's
So,
me.
when last we left off, we had our intrepid party has finally left Baldur's Gate and hit the road, heading south on the coastway down to the city of Candlekeep. Along the way, they uncovered a trap of sorts that a farmer in a cart was not really the farmer, but a Cadius.
Lies.
A fiend of sorts that took to the air and commanded his men to jump out and attack you guys, and it was quite a fight.
Is it even a cart?
It is. It's really a cart with
don't
full of
know.
hay, and you.
So he says.
So you guys, you guys had that happen. It was quite a fight. It got closer for some than others. And
Thanks to the power of rewind.
you managed to escape, and now you have a second cart. Drell and Cass are getting up on the previous cart that you guys had, and you guys are on the other cart with Rhea and Falsta Fisk.
We shall brave the maybe cart.
And yeah, the maybe cart.
Road trip.
So you guys start heading out. When you start going down the road, looking for a place to camp for the night, as the sun is starting to set, you see the road just heading down. You see on your left-hand side, which is inland, it's plains as far as the eye can see, and on the right-hand side, which is the coastal side, you see a rather large forest coming up on your right. And as you're coming up on that, the storm that has been plaguing you guys since you left is getting worse. Thicker rain, the wind is picking up, and fog, and it's starting to get hard to see. And as you guys keep riding, the cart that you're in now hits a rock, rather jolts the whole cart, and the wheel busts off, and the cart lurches forward into the side. Everybody give me a dex save.
I'm pretty good at those, maybe. Ooh,
I am a half-orc bowling ball.
That's true. Well, more of a... Are you sure you don't want another set of dice?
8.
18.
That's alright, because Falster and Rhea do not fare any better as they are thrown, and you are thrown from the cart down in the mud. You managed to hang on.
Just like, why did you all fall off?
As the cart plants into the ground and drags into the mud, the wind starts to pick up furiously. And it
so you
blows
hear
around. Yeah, you get up. You can hardly hear yourself yelling as the wind is now howling around you guys. The driving rain.
And the wet hair in the face. And hood was down for the whole fight.
Yeah, it's
not very fabulous right now.
It is not. And it's cold, and you cannot see the other cart that had driven on ahead.
Classic them.
Well, I guess we should start fixing this trash heap of a wheel.
Why did we even take this cart? That's a silly question. It's a free cart.
And it was full of hay, and you guys needed a soft place to rest for the night. But unfortunately, it's all soaked, and the hay is being blown out of the cart as you speak. It's just the tearing wind is driving. Give me a perception check.
Ooh, not bad.
I'm rolling like a rock star.
20.
3.
And Rhea and Falster both get a 6 and a 5. So
I will lead this party
this is
to certain doom.
This is not looking good for rolls. So as you look around, you guys don't notice it, but you see in the woods that's not too far off, you see a rather large figure, cloaked figure, standing at the tree line watching out at you guys.
I will definitely point that out. So I don't know if you guys noticed down there in the mud and all, but there's a person over there who's very big watching us.
Well, that's unfortunate.
And as you guys look, the figure takes notice that you're all looking at them, and it just turns and walks into the forest and is gone.
How large are we talking?
Larger than you.
Oh boy.
That is not good. I am large.
But not bulky. Very slender and tall. And
oh no, it's
fully
Slender
clad.
Man. I've heard rumors of this when I was in Waterdeep. He likes putting letters on trees. How broken is the wheel? Like, is it unrepairable?
Give me a crafting check. What's the... Give me a basic intelligence check.
Oh, well, that's gonna go great. Oh no! Natural 1 with a -2.
I got 18. 18.
Good that when I roll bad, you roll good, and when you roll bad, I roll good.
We shall alternate all through this quest.
You notice that the wheel has been split, and there's no way to fix it here on the road, especially in the middle of this massive driving rain.
Wheel.
Wonderful.
Wheel. What have we here?
The wheel on the cart is supposed to go round and round. However, it is completely busted. I don't believe we're going to be able to fix it here. I think we should more than likely take shelter in the forest with the giant figure and see if we can fix it there.
So we're going to try and drag the wagon over to the trees?
No.
Oh, just the wheel?
Yes, the wheel is split. Perhaps we can take...
Maybe you could,
loose of the
bend a
trees.
tree into a circle.
I can bend a flexible branch into a circle. I'm not going to try to bend a tree.
Oh, okay.
That is not on my list of things to do today.
Well, I mean, you
As
know...
the rain falls.
Yeah. Who am I to know?
Okay. So you guys head for the tree line?
Yeah, I guess we'll head for the tree line. What there?
As you guys are heading for the tree line, Rhea's with you, but Falster actually puts your hand on your shoulder and says, "That is the Cloakwood forest! We should not be going in there!"
The what would who?
The Cloakwood forest!
That's pretty on the nose, boy.
Well, it's been rumored that there's portals and there's beasties of all kinds. We should not be going in there.
And what would you prefer we do?
Maybe get under the cart. Wait for it to drive itself out.
That's not how carts work.
No, not the cart, the rain, silly.
Oh. I just ironically lick my finger, hold it up in the air. The wind's blowing pretty hard though, so just saying.
I take my hair, which is just functioning as a mop at this point because it's thick red dreadlocks, and I throw it behind my back. Yes, the wind is blowing hard.
My hair's
I
stuck in my horns and stuff.
I would prefer to be more proactive, since the storm has only gotten worse and not better.
Okay, but we need to be prepared for anything in there.
At this point, I'm prepared for almost anything during this
The
quest.
only thing we weren't prepared for was the wagon wheel breaking off.
That is life, I'm afraid.
Well, and farmers that were actually fiends, I guess.
Yeah. Let's not talk about
We're
that.
completely prepared for everything except for things that we're not prepared for.
To the woods!
All right.
Ow.
He follows.
Do you want me to scout ahead?
I don't think that's necessary at this point. I think we should stay together as a group.
Okay.
I'd rather you not get stomped on by giant cloaked figures before I can help.
They'd have to see me first. Or I guess if they just accidentally stepped. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We'll go as a group.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys head to the woods. As soon as you hit the tree line, you see inside it's just absolutely foreboding. Dark. And you see the tree canopy, though it's thick, it's waving back and forth in the driving rain. So it lets some rain in, but not a lot, actually. And the trees are moving.
It's like
and
my old neighborhood.
as you guys move in, it's... the wind quiets, actually. And you turn around and look, and you can see it driving behind you, like gale force winds, hurricane, almost. And it's not totally silent, but it's definitely muted.
Well, this is an improvement. I'm okay with this. I wring out my hair.
It's less wet for sure.
Falster's looking around. We should not be here.
I mean, this is so much better than being in the mud under a broken car, don't you think?
That's true, but there are things in this woods that don't like the outside world encroaching on it.
We do not have to proceed any farther than this, but let's look for some fallen trees, anything we can use to try to mend this wheel. Not quite sure how possible that's going to be. We can try.
You can't even see the wagon from this distance, and you're not more than 100 feet from the road. And when you look, you can't even see maybe 50 feet out into the storm. But it is getting dark. So
perhaps we should make camp here. where we can still be somewhat close to where we came from, the wagon, and we're not encroaching too far. Perhaps the creatures here will take mercy, and if we do not go further, perhaps they will be satisfied. If not, we can deal with it.
I hope so. Rhea's got her hand on her sword, and she's just looking around. He unnerves me, so I am on guard. She's a mess. Like, she's quite injured from the fight.
We shall rest, tend to our wounds, and we will perhaps take shifts watching.
Yes.
Does that sound reasonable to everyone here?
Oh, I could watch.
Oh, that's right. You don't sleep, do you?
You don't know that.
All right.
13 on a knowledge check. Would I know that?
I mean,
What are you
haven't
trying to...
taken a long rest since I found out that.
Would I... Never mind.
So everybody give me a survival check as you guys look around for...
I'm so good at survival.
Ooh.
Well, that wasn't bad. Oh, not bad. 15. No.
11?
All right. And
Oh.
Foster
nice.
got a 1 plus his pluses. And Rhea got an 11 plus her pluses. So you find what you think is a good spot. It's at the base of this huge tree that has sort of like a bulbous midsection and goes up into these branches that doesn't have leaves per se, but it does. It's hard to explain. It's a very odd tree. You're give me, everybody roll a 20. Wow.
19.
2.
Okay.
Winds have changed.
All must remain in balance.
All right. So as you sit around this tree and you set up camp, light a fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alrighty. So who got you got a good survival roll in?
Oh, yeah,
in Rhea
survival.
did. Yeah, the survival roll.
It's 15.
Okay. So as you guys are sitting around, Rhea says, I will get see if I can get some game for some food. Does somebody want to accompany me, or?
Yes, I will go.
Excellent. I do not wish to go by myself.
2 clanky paladins running through the woods. The rogues will stay here and watch the fire.
Foster's poking at the fire like... Let's see how this turns out. Seems like we might go hungry tonight.
I hand them a piece of bacon.
Oh, it's wet.
Oh.
It's wet old pocket bacon.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, by the gods,
I
why
pull
do you
some
still
out
have
and start eating
that?
it.
All right, so give me a survival check again.
Am I also doing? Oh,
No.
nice.
Nat 20, so 24.
Nice. So you guys, she actually rolled an 18 as well. So you guys actually, she's got a heavy crossbow with her. And do you have a ranged weapon?
No.
As you start to leave, do you want my longbow?
How about I just smash something with a mace once I sneak up on it with my...
You guys...
Gotta go find that animal that's specifically attracted to clanking noises.
Yeah, she basically flushes out the game and you take it out.
Animatronic deer.
I also have my magic weapon that can go ahead of me.
Oh yeah, and you
like
could just
20
like fire.
20 or so feet. So that is my ranged weapon.
Sacred Flame, pre-cooked.
So, as you are hunting, you and Foster Fisk are back at camp. He says, so, how long have you known this group?
You know, it feels like forever, but also like it also kind of feels like 2 or 3 months, or like 4 days. I don't know.
That's very non-committal.
Yeah,
I see.
I mean, it's been like a little while, but not like super little while.
Fair enough. If you do not wish to tell me, you don't have to tell me. I'm just making the conversation.
Question for the DM, I don't actually know.
It's okay. Whatever you make up, I'm good.
Perfect. 14 hours, 17 minutes, and 8 seconds.
Well, that's not that long. I mean,
Since right after we rescued you.
speaking of which, what happened after I left? I missed out on... Did you see the Flaming Fist gentleman you had to see?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he paid us, and then he got in trouble for being incompetent. And then, this other lady showed up who I think is also from the Flaming Fist, and she wanted us to go to hell. Which I thought was kind of rude. But then she said it was for like some sort of rescue mission.
What was
like cities are disappearing into hell.
What was her name? Do you remember?
I might remember.
Did you write it down?
I might have written it down. I did not write it down.
Aww.
The one thing I did not write down.
Well, give me a intelligence check.
Oh no. I rolled a 7, so that's a 5.
You are not sure. You have no idea what her name was.
Her name was Elizabeth von Smithersmooth.
I have not...
Of the new Waterdavian Smithersmooths.
I will admit I do not have any idea who that is.
She's somewhere from Cholt. And I don't even know if I believe that, because she like totally wasn't riding one of those giant lizard things that they supposedly have down there.
The dinosaurs that they have?
Is that what you call them?
I think I've only heard stories.
I've talked to like 2 drunk people, and they were just rambling about giant lizards that you could ride.
Well, it is a very wild section of the southernmost tip of Faerun, so... But she was from the Flaming Fist, and she was from Cholt?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know any Smooths from there, but...
I didn't either.
There was Liara Portier. She was the commander of the Flaming Fist Cholt division.
She was probably like working under whatever I said her name was.
You cannot even remember.
What was the name of who you said that was working down there?
And he's like shaking off his cloak. Liara is her name. Liara Portier. Portyr. Portier. Yes. It's been a heck of a day. I took some head wounds. He didn't take any head wounds.
Yeah, he did actually. He slipped on the carriage.
Oh yes, I slipped. I do not abide by the rain. I am more of a what you call a dungeon delver.
You're more of a like nice dry stone,
Yes.
someone who walks into your knife, locks come pre-picked type rogue.
I do appreciate that. Yes,
That's fair.
that's a lot better than this wilderness.
Yeah. Also, if you want to learn how to pick locks better, I mean, I have a practice lock you could play around with. Not that I'm doubting your talent or anything, I'm just saying it never hurts to practice some more. Especially with those bad rolls.
Are you saying I'm an awful lockpick?
No, but yes.
Listen, I had an off time. I was in a cage for, or a cell for a while. I guess it's better than the cage that she was keeping others in.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't dare
Once I get some rest.
insult your luck picking.
Listen,
skills.
I had some rest when I went home. And now I am all rest up. I'm sure I'll be better next time.
Yeah, I totally believe you.
So she wanted you to go to hell.
Yeah, which is kind of a rude thing to say to people.
To look for El Terrell, or...
Yeah, that's the rude part.
Why is that rude?
You thought just to walk up to some stranger and be like, hey, look for the city I lost.
Well, she didn't lose it, but...
She's part of the establishment. But yeah, so, you know, we don't even get our badges back, though, so like, whatever.
Believe me, you do not want to be part of the Flaming Fists. They have a bad reputation for being thugs and all-round unpleasant characters.
I never really considered myself part of the Flaming Fist, but having their badge is pretty neat. It's almost like a lockpick itself, but for people. It's a people pick.
You want to have the sway over the people, eh?
I mean, yeah, why not?
Well, so are you going to do it?
What, go to hell?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really sound like a great vacation spot, so I have to say it's not very appealing.
I can imagine it's not.
I mean, I've taken some pretty bad jobs in my time, but like, hey, go to hell? I mean, usually that's not something I would like be like, oh yeah, I'll sign up for that. So, I mean, some people in our group are like, yeah, let's go to hell, and I'm like, okay.
The ladies that have the armor, the paladin and the other one there, the
I don't know
Hell
if
Rider.
Orri is really about going to hell, but like Rhea and Cass are like totally batshit crazy. So I mean, they're like, yeah, let's do it.
Well, to be fair, it was their city that got pulled to hell.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
if it was your town or
I
city,
wouldn't care really.
well, you are. You know, you don't strike me as one who has tethers to any place at all.
That's pretty accurate, you know.
I pride myself on good character.
You may be slow
assessment.
at lockpicking, but you've been pretty good at
Well,
sussing out obvious character traits.
lockpicking is not my foremost profession. It's
That's fair.
being a spy is quite a different field. Though it does call for the occasional lockpicking.
Yeah, like infiltration and stuff.
Yes.
Wouldn't know anything about that.
Meanwhile, you guys are in the woods.
Out of game, who's watching my cat?
That's a good question. I was going to ask you that.
I just assume it's with you until you say it's not. So
Just got whipped in the face with a mop of hair.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna leave him at the campsite to get dry. So he's just gonna be curled up next to you guys.
Eating some wet bacon.
he's just shaking,
Yeah.
like shaking off the
He's got his
rain.
little
And
cloak.
he's got the little cloak.
Yes.
Forgot about that.
And yes, meanwhile in the woods.
Meanwhile, in the woods, you and Rhea are walking, trying to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a perception check.
7.
She got a 3. Awesome.
It's because I am very observant.
Very.
There's like a stag following behind eating crackers out of your bag.
I don't want to hear it.
As
And normally my perception is crap anyway, so like I'm really not the one to talk.
As you guys are walking, she's like, these woods are old and very dark.
Quite so.
I feel like we're always being watched.
More than likely. I kind of look around over my shoulder. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're being watched, but there's not much we can do about that until something approaches us, and then we can deal with it.
So why are you on this path, Orri?
This literal path?
No. She looks down at the game path you're following. She's like, no, I mean this. Why are you going to hell?
Because there's a lot of people that need our help. That they cannot help themselves. I'm pretty sure you can't just climb out of hell at will.
It's true. But this is not your city. I don't expect you to have to go to hell for it.
It does not matter if they're family, if they're from my clan, or if they are complete strangers. If people need help, I will be there. That is what Ilmater would want, my god.
Well, I appreciate it nonetheless, because
Of course.
I certainly could not do it alone, and I could not do it with Cass and myself, so...
I'm sure you could not.
Well, just the two of us, I mean.
Correct.
Having a group, but who knows what we'll find when we get down there.
Probably a lot of demons. A lot of devils. A lot of things we're going to have to bash.
Have you ever fought any demons or devils before this? Other than what we've seen so far.
You know, not that I recall. Most of what I have dealt with have been bandits, marauders of the sort, people who oppress others. This is something quite different from what I usually deal with. But that is okay. It is going to make me a stronger warrior.
Well, and as you guys are talking and conversing back and forth, you look down and you notice finally that you're not stepping on the ground per se. You're stepping on what looks like white strands, and your feet are quite tacky.
No.
And go ahead and roll for initiative.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no. 16.
Okay.
No. She's actually... This is her. No. No. No.
Alrighty.
Yes.
As Rhea gets 13.
It's Mirkwood all over.
I would rather fight a devil. But here we are.
Okay, so as we start, I'm going to get a sneak attack on you, and then we'll go into the next round. So 1, 2, 3, I hit you. 4, 5, 6. I hit Rhea. So let's see.
So the already injured one gets...
Schmurked. Or bitten. Or something.
12. So 17. I do believe that.
Oh no.
If it meets, it beats. I just hit her AC. Alright. So, as you guys are talking and walking, suddenly just as you're looking down and you start looking around, and this thing shoots from above and hits Rhea and just goes around her, and she is restrained by webbing as you look up, and there is a giant spider in the tree above you with a long strand of webbing that goes from Rhea to its abdomen. Alright. That's its surprise round. It goes on 12, 13, 14, 15. So it goes on 15. And you go on what?
16.
Okay, so you are first. It's looking down at you. It's 8 eyes, or it's however many eyes and mandibles are dripping with ooh, yes, we got our new thingamajig. Alright, so 12, 13, 14, 15. So it goes on 15. Rhea goes on 13. And Orri goes on 16. And its legs start... And it's getting ready to come down.
So you see a large half-orc panic.
Spooter.
Spooder.
Nice.
I just take my mace and I just start thwacking, and there's
Well, it's up in the trees. You can't get to it yet. You have to.
No.
You have to either go over to it or send any sort of ranged weapons.
Magic weapon it is.
Magic.
There is a very high-pitched shriek emanating from my face.
How far away is this?
I'll give you a perception with disadvantage because the forest makes it so.
Well, that's a 2, so 5.
And Falster got a 2 as well, plus 3, so 5. So you guys are just chatting away.
18 to hit.
That'll hit. That will hit.
Alright.
You're hitting it with your spiritual weapon?
Yeah, my spiritual weapon. Where are you? Excuse me. Alright, spiritual weapon. D8. Where's my D8? There you are. Come on.
It's pretty good.
10.
Alright. You thwack at it.
I'm gonna do it again. War Priest.
Yes.
Gotta love that War Priest action.
I'm just. Mm-mm.
No?
I assume a 7 does not hit.
It does not.
Okay.
So it's at that. So
I'm just over here like, did you hear something?
yeah.
Must be the wind.
It's look. He points to like a barrel that goes rolling past out.
Oh, where'd that come from?
Don't know.
That's weird.
Okay, it's its turn. It attaches the webbing that onto a branch and lowers down. So, and it skittles across the ground at you. And since you're free, it comes right at you with its big pincers.
Oh. Back to hell, foul beast.
All right.
I got the bear spider mod from Skyrim where it turns all the spiders into bears.
No.
All right. And I bet a 15 will not hit you.
Correct.
Darn. But I am going to try and recharge my web as well. No, I do not.
It's a good thing that the non-sneaky spider-hating person went into the woods.
So, it misses. It tries to bite you. And misses. Okay.
I'm like dodging it. Get away.
It's Rhea's turn. Rhea's going to try and break out of the webbing. Makes a DC 12 strength check. Alright, let's see if she can make it. Her strength is 16, so plus 3. 13 on the die. She breaks out. I can't abide by spiders.
Kill it. Kill it.
Alright,
Are you running away?
I'm running in circles. Clink, 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 clink.
You're not as fast as you used to be. All right, that is an action, just getting out so she can't attack.
Oh no.
Okay, so it is your turn.
Oh, okay.
As you're running from the spider.
I try to cast magic weapon still. I try to move it to the spider's location, and 19 hit.
19 will hit.
Nice.
Awesome.
Ooh.
11.
11 damage. All right, your spiritual axe hacks into the chitinous shell, and you see it break open, and green goo starts pouring out of it, and it's running down its face, and not dead yet though. All right.
I shall rip your leg off, foul beast.
All right.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
It is now the Spooter's turn. Okay. So now and the other.
Why do spiders have to be furry? Why is it furry?
Okay. Another one drops down on the ground right in front of you. big, and it raises up.
Well, Maynard, do you hate me? What have I done to have you desert me?
It shoots its web at you and misses.
Ah.
The other one does not recharge its web, but will take a bite on you because it doesn't know. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, you or Rhea. Rhea. So it turns and attacks Rhea while the other one attacks you. 15 plus 5 is 20, so it bites into Rhea.
We're gonna show up the Candlekeep with a 1 NPC.
Starting to feel that way.
D8. 4 plus 7, so 7 damage. Rhea yells out, "Ah!" Actually,
There are plenty of deer in this forest. I can snack on them.
Can I hear the clanking and screaming now?
There's a lot of noise.
No, not with rolls that low. Okay. You guys continue your conversation. And she's got to make a Constitution save. DC 11. 15 easily. Okay, so, and the one that's dropped down in front of you takes a bite on you. Oof, rolled a 3. Tries to bite, you're like, no! You stop short. Okay, it's now Rhea's turn. She's going to attack the one that turned on her. 17 will hit. D10, because she's dual.
Chop off its leg!
Handing it. Oh, 6 damage. She drives her sword right down through the front of its head, and it, like where you had already cracked it open, and drives it down, and it falls dead. All right, your turn. You got the fresh one right in front of you, taking a bite at you.
I'm gonna tackle it.
I thought you hated spiders.
I do, so I'm gonna tackle the thing.
Seems like you're awfully huggy with it.
They are fuzzy and have 8 legs for hugging.
Oh, maybe I don't want to tackle it now. I actually go to tackle, and then I'm like, oh.
It's like, all the eyes are looking at you. They're red, and
no, we are.
the legs are like, the front legs are trying to grab at you, give you hugs.
No, I don't want hugs. No.
Is that a nat 1?
No, it's a 7.
Oh.
Thankfully. But 11.
11 will not hit.
Okay.
The fact that you're going in for a tackle, but then decide against it, and you swing, but miss because you're already off kilter.
War Priest again. I get it twice.
No.
7.
And you're like, you're just swinging wildly on it, and it's not. It's moving and dodging. All right, Spider's turn.
I'm gonna have to bribe Ray after this to not speak of this again.
I rolled a 5, but did I recharge its web?
The bards
I
will
did
sing
not.
an epic tale of Orri and the spider.
Okay, it misses. Tries to bite you, tries to recharge its webbing, but neither happened. You're dodging, it's dodging, everybody's dodging. Rhea's just kind of
It's like a
pulling
deadly
her
chicken dance.
sword out, watching you, and then moves in to attack it. 14 will hit.
Oh.
Does 7 damage to it. Okay. All right, your turn.
In a panic, I'm just gonna do Sacred Flame. So the spider has to make a dex saving throw.
Oh.
So 12 is the DC.
Spider. 11.
Okay, so it takes a D8 damage. Radiant. 8!
Nice.
Max damage.
You're like, ah! And your hand glows as you point it at it, and just the spider. How much damage total?
8.
8. Okay, set that. All right. So it's now.
Wait, I'm sorry. 12. What am I thinking? 12.
Okay. So 7.
Add your bonuses.
Don't forget your bonuses, kids.
I did
Okay.
that all day yesterday.
Alrighty. Now it's the spider's turn. It moves in. Let me recharge my webbing. No. Man, I can't get that recharged. And that's not going to hit you either. Bite. Plus 5 is 16. Nope. Not going to hit you. Bites at you. You're like, get over here, foul beast. Okay.
You're dance fighting.
Rhea's turn. She's going to swing on it. 15. That'll hit. And 5 is 10. So, it's got 1 hit point left. All right, it's your turn. It's like one of the legs is broke. She like hacks through and cuts through some of its legs, and it's down on the ground, and half of it's like.
Make another deck saving throw.
Oh.
Sacred flame.
Kill it with fire.
What's the DC?
12.
It rolled. It used the fact that it's lopsided to roll out of the way, and up on its other, and it tries to. Oh, I cannot get the recharge on that. All right, now it tries to bite you. So it hits. I got a 19 on the die plus 5. It kind of rolls, and it rolls towards you and sinks its fangs into your leg. Give me a Constitution saving throw. DC 11.
7.
Oh no.
Oh, no. So, as it
No.
bites into your leg, you feel the burning sensation of poison as it courses through your veins and up your leg. Take 13.
Jiminy
Wow.
crickets!
As the poison seeps through your veins and up into your body.
Oh, you foul beast.
You're not at 0, are you?
Oh, no.
Okay. On a failed failed save, or half as much on a successful save, so you still would take damage if you got bit. So it bites you, and you, yeah. So yeah, it's now Rhea's turn. She's gonna hack at it. Oh no! Oh no! Nat 1. Dice of shame. Oh no!
Oh.
89 on the dice.
And they were never heard from again.
So, as she goes to hack at it, her legs are still sticky with the webs, and you guys are standing, and it's like webbing all over the ground in this area, and it sticks her her boot, and she goes to stab, but her boot doesn't come with her, so she falls, and as she falls, let's see. Lands on her own sword.
Oh no! I mean, I was mostly joking, but like, dang.
So she goes to spin the sword, and as she's bringing it down, the boot sticks, and she falls and lands on her own sword, doing 14 damage.
Oh my goodness.
She's down to 1 hit point.
Spiders are not the hill to die on. Just saying,
And
right?
she starts rolling and is rolling up in the webbing, and she's now ensnared.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, it's your turn now. The spider's like trying to get back up.
Well, I'm definitely going to try to smash it with my mace.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah, so let's 21.
And you don't even have to do any.
Great.
Because it only had one hit point.
Anyway. Oh, 1! Which will crush it.
Just enough. How would you like to end this creature?
Obliteration.
Just
Just
like
pure
screaming.
explosion, yes.
So you're just bringing it down and again and again, and it's twitching, and you're just smashing it, and the goo is flying, and you're like enraged.
Good.
And Rhea's laying there, like all wrapped up, bleeding. I think it's dead.
Not enough. It will never be enough.
I agree.
Do I hear the screaming now?
I'll give you a disadvantaged check.
Well, the first one was a natural 20. The second one was 11, so 14.
You do hear something echoing through the woods away from you guys. So,
I'm just covered in goo.
did you hear that?
Yeah. Watch the cat. I'll be right back.
I will.
I'm gonna stealth into the woods.
The cat's like, meow.
Got 10 on my stealth.
Roll a perception.
15.
I'm only kind of being stealthy.
You hear crunching through leaves and stuff coming up behind you guys.
I take my mace and who goes there?
Whoa, calm down.
You come
Calm?
across this scene.
Calm? You want me to be calm? Do you see this? And I just point with my mace to the obliterated spider on the forest floor.
Goop is everywhere. All over her. Just all over her. See Ray on the ground, like wrapped up in spider web, bleeding, like red stains, bleeding.
I'm not going to lie, you look a little bit crazy right now. And also, I hate to be like a downer, but we can't really eat spiders.
Just help me get her up.
Okay.
Mace to my side.
That'd be great.
I'll take out one of my daggers and cut the web away.
With some time, you're able to cut away the webbing that she rolled up onto herself, and she's got a grievous wound along her side, not in the front because she's wearing armor.
Does it look like a sword wound?
Yeah.
Oh, spiders with swords, huh?
Yeah. It was they had swords and they jumped us from the trees. There was 10 more, but we scared them off by Orri. She motions to the one that's just looks like it's completely caved in the front.
Can I insight this?
Sure.
Just let us have our dignity.
Did you roll a 20?
No, but it's an 11.
You're pretty sure she's fibbing,
Yeah.
but funnily,
Wow, 10 more that ran away. That's pretty crazy. You guys are super skilled.
yeah. She's getting up.
I just want...
You still feel the
food.
poison burning through your body.
I have been poisoned. I have been stuck in a web. I have been rained on. I'm cold. I am hungry, and I just want to go sit by the fire, but I have to go find something to eat.
You know, after fighting off 10 spiders with swords, I think it's okay if you want to go sit by the fire. I'll see if I can find us something.
Well, you guys had rolled the survival checks before. You
Yeah, I
were
got a
looking
nat
for
20.
some more, so you have some game that you had already caught. So,
Can
Like
I
5 bunnies or something.
yeah.
Can I do a quick solo hunt?
Sure.
That's survival?
Yep.
God damn it. It's 3.
So you're like, I've got this. And she goes off into the woods.
Come back with a spider leg.
You don't come back. You're lost.
That seems about right.
You're moving through the woods, and you've got your bow, and you're looking, and you're like, you shoot a bunny. Yeah, you got a bunny. You turn around.
It was that way? Or that?
You're pretty sure you saw that stick over there behind you, but it's in front of you.
No, I didn't really think this through. I don't like the woods. I'm just sneaky.
Yeah. As you're looking around, you are now helplessly lost. Even calling out, you guys don't even hear anything. If you called out. After a few minutes of wandering, they turn to hours. It's dark. You can see, luckily, but it doesn't make the scariness less scary as you see just red eyes peer out at you at various spots. And you can still hear the wind howling from outside. Mm-hmm. It's muted, and you look up and you see the canopies kind of waving. And when you look down again, right in front of you, like right in front of you, there is a massive towering figure in front of you, cloaked.
Oh boy.
Just out of nowhere. It wasn't there when you looked up.
Oh, this is my favorite.
Hi. You come here often?
You should not.
I disengage. And I dash 30 feet the other way.
That's fair. It stops and watches you as you dash away. It waits. Are you done?
From behind a tree. Maybe?
You are not heading in the right direction.
How do you know?
Because I live in this portion of the woods.
That's pretty cool. It's a nice place. Great vacation spot. Wouldn't want to live here myself. Who are you?
I am Black Bar.
Black Bar?
Black Bar.
I peek out. Are you a pirate?
No.
Okay, that's much more creepy.
This figure is towering. Let me tell you just how tall. If you had to guess, 10 feet tall.
I don't know.
Makes Orri look little.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty tall. Cool.
So,
not really sure where to go from here.
yes, I can show you the way back to your encampment.
Why?
Or I could leave you out here to die.
I mean, I would prefer not to die in the woods because I don't like them.
What's not to like?
It's great. I love the woods. I don't know who said that other thing.
If you continue the way you are headed, you will stumble into the grove, and I would not recommend that.
Cool. Are you, you don't eat people, do you?
And as he lifts back his chin slightly, and you can see there's a thick beard around the base of his chin. And he says, "No, I don't eat meat."
Can I see his face? Other than his beard?
Just the chin when he leans back, but then he leans forward again and it's cast back in shadows.
Okay, well, I mean, that's a plus. Sure.
This way.
Okay.
And he turns and starts walking. You hear just heavy footfalls.
I'm gonna follow like 10 feet behind.
And then the footfalls quiet, and you don't hear anything. He's still walking in front of you.
Oh, that's creepy.
Out of game, you just want Orri to have a breakdown, don't you?
Yes, that was my only intention.
Yeah, you guys are resting around the campfire. Eris has been gone 2 hours now.
I am worried. I am very worried.
I am as well, but what can we do? We don't want to... She is laid out completely, and you are all kinds of... Your nerves are... I didn't want to say, but yes, frazzled.
Shot to hell.
Yeah, yes.
I like start gutting the rabbits.
He's poking at the fire.
Ferocity.
So tell me, what is your name?
Juniper.
That's a nice name. It's a flower.
Is it?
Berries.
I mean, yes, it is.
I mean, yeah, my berries. I don't know. I'm not a druid, but they're druids. So, what, how long do you plan on staying?
Just until it's not dark.
Good. Back to you guys. So, give me a perception check.
20. Not natural.
Okay. So you're tearing into the rabbit, and you look up just in time to see what looks like a vine in a very loopy form just above Falster's head suddenly drop down and yank, and it pulls him by the neck up into the air. And as you do that, your good perception is there's one right above your head about to drop down. Give me a dex check.
A dex check for the half-orc. Sure. 5.
I'll give you advantage because
no,
you
this is
rolled
how
a
we
good
go.
perception.
16.
It's better than 5.
Yeah, you're like, huh? Oh! And you dive back just in time as the vine drops down and tries to wrap around your neck. There's one right next to Rhea, drops down, but she manages to put her hand up, and it snatches around her arm and yanks her up by the arm up into the air. You stumble back, and the vines are coming from the tree itself. And you notice that there's 6 or 7 hangman nooses, like vines, draped down from the tree canopy. And Falster and Ray are being lifted up. Let's roll initiative. And you can roll initiative as well. Alrighty. So tree.
We're fighting tree.
You are fighting a tree. Well,
Not a treant. A tree.
okay.
Maybe we should have stayed under the cart.
I told you!
We should have stayed under the cart.
Was he just gonna say I told you so?
Okay, so the tree goes. The tree goes on 8.
Okay.
Rhea goes on 9. Falster goes on. I forgot to roll for Falster. Falster goes on 17. And what did you get?
4.
So.
Okay.
And black bar goes on 15.
Rhea was
17.
17.
Is Slobber Chops okay so far?
Yeah, he just like goes under a log like.
And I go on 27.
All right. So you are first. Well, you and Black Bar aren't there yet. You'll be there next round. Okay.
I would like to use my turn to use all the movement.
All right. So Falster, he tries. Let's see. He gets a strength check.
I like that we're bookending this whole
Right?
shenanigan.
It's fun.
Shenanigan singular?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So Falster makes a.
I'm just like somehow avoiding all the fights.
I mean, it makes sense.
It's true. It does.
Definitely makes sense.
Also, you definitely have one of these and one of the greater ones, but I don't have those.
Wow. That's good. I'm not the one that needs it right now. Yet.
It's true.
Even though I've been knocked down almost half. Yes, Karen, we're fighting a tree.
Yes, they are indeed fighting a tree.
Would you say while they were fighting spiders, I took a short rest?
Yeah, I would say that'd be a short rest.
Can I drop a couple hit dice real quick?
Indeed. And you guys, because you were sitting for 2 hours, you get a short rest as well.
Oh, good.
So, sorry, I should have started with that. Rhea's gonna...
Ah, that was my last... no, I have one hit dice left.
Rhea's gonna get 7.
Are you kidding me?
And 6 back.
Oh, no.
So-
Do you reroll ones on a short rest?
No. So, Rhea's back at 14. What are you at?
I'm at 18. Because you roll your hit die once on a short rest, is that correct?
Well, you can roll.
You
as
can
many
roll
times as you
multiple
have.
times. So, if you guys are 4th level, you got 4 hit die you could roll.
Understood,
Up to.
okay.
You don't have to, in case it was like an extended like dungeon crawl.
Okay.
I think I was the only one who used one last time. I used a hit dice when we were fighting at the wagon, but you didn't really take any damage from that, I don't think.
Thank you. I was never educated on how that worked. Never looked it up.
And Falster is back at... He was at
Much
full.
better. Okay.
All right. So, Falster is pulling it. Manages to pull his neck out, and he's hanging from this. He's going to drop back down. What is this? And he's looking, and this tree's like tendrils are moving around. Okay, he's going to... That was his action, getting out of that and moving down. Okay, so next is Rhea. Rhea's going to try and get out of it as well. Yeah, she manages to pull her arm and drops down onto her back. Oh! Why is the tree attacking us? All right, that brings us to Black Bar, but he is not there yet. Okay, tree. All right, I'm gonna make 3 attacks.
Of course the tree is alive. It had to be alive. It's alive.
All right.
All trees are alive.
So dark red on
Extra
Orri.
alive.
It is extra alive. Alive squared.
Orri,
It's a lively alive
Falster,
tree.
Rhea. Okay, Orri. Give me a dex check. A dex save.
5.
All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Amazing.
Okay, that's fine. All right. So as you pull your arm up, one of the loops drops down over your wrist and snatches it and yanks you up into the air.
Excuse me!
Okay.
I protest!
And it misses both Falster and Rhea. All right, that brings us to your turn.
Alright, well, I take my dagger. My other hand. 9. Do I manage to cut myself out of that?
9 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually that does hit.
What? Oh.
It's
okay.
a tree. It's not very it's not very fast.
It has a bark class. Maybe I should play a bard one of these days.
I think you should. That is 3 damage.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because you don't have any plus to dex.
Correct.
All right, you cut into it. It doesn't break it. It's fairly thick. So, okay.
With 2 C's. Sorry.
Double
Okay.
thick.
There, I'm sorry.
All right, Eris,
I was
you
thinking the same, so, you know.
as you guys are getting closer, you're following behind Black Bar, and you hear yells and shouts coming from in front of you, and you recognize them as your companions. And as you run up, you see Orri hanging from a tree,
Screaming, ah!
stabbing at the branch. You see Rhea and Falster both dodging what look like nooses that are coming down from the tree, trying to hook them.
Okay, I leave for like 10 minutes, you guys.
Orri's looking at you, hanging from...
Throw a boomerang at the vine that's
I
holding
will
her.
deal with you later.
Would the tree technically be engaged with an ally?
Yes. I would say.
Does a 25 hit?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, 15.
that'll still hit.
Wow.
A 9
I was
hit.
10 off.
10 off.
Okay, so 8 bludgeoning damage, and it's engaged with an ally. So 8 bludgeoning plus 7, so
Are you like,
15.
Are you like hitting the trunk?
I'm just
No,
hitting
hit-
the vine that's holding you.
Okay.
So as you're hacking at it,
just
suddenly
like,
this boomerang comes around and slices into it, and you fall and land on your feet because you weren't that high up.
Okay.
So.
First the spiders and now foliage? Come on!
Falster stands up and takes an attack on... Because you're not here, that's why. Kabe, why are these cameras so empty? Alright. Falster is going to shoot. And
Cass would like to keep driving the wagon.
hit the trunk
Eh.
with his bow, or his crossbow.
What's Moose up to right now, I think?
Yes, that's true. Adulting. That is the way. Alright. So, he hits the trunk for that much. Okay. That brings us to Black Bar. He comes up and looks at the scene. He makes a face. That is a hangman's tree. You should not have camped under it. I gotta stop everybody. All my people are French accents tonight. Okay. That is a hangman's tree. You should not have camped under it. That's all. They're all French. Okay. So, anyways, he stands there.
French part of Ferun.
Yeah. No.
Do I hear him say this?
Yeah. You look over, and there's a 10-foot cloaked figure standing behind Eris, just looking.
Well, we did not exactly have a manual when we entered these woods. We were wet, cold, and hungry. But here we are, fighting a tree. What do you propose we do about it?
If you are not capable of camping, then perhaps you should not have come into the woods.
Orri's going to kill everything. Starting with me.
And you were gone for about 4 hours.
Come away from there. And he, motions.
Am I close to Rhea?
Yes. Yes.
Well, I grab her by the shoulder, and I start dragging her away from the tree.
It's the tree's turn, though. So I'm going to make it a grab.
Crap.
It wants to eat you. So 1 for Orri, 1 for Rhea, and 1 for Falster. Give me a dex check.
It's a good thing we have all the wizards here.
Which D20 will betray me now?
That one.
It's this one. 5.
Wow, you are a rock star when it comes to rolling the D20 tonight.
Do you want one of mine?
So as you grab Rhea, you start running, and a vine. You turn around. As you turn, there's a vine there and catches you right around the neck and
Clothesline.
yanks you up. Whoa! So
I'm not amused.
you're being lifted up off the ground.
I am very not amused.
The tree did not ask for consent. It's grabbing her, hanging
Very
her.
rude, perverted tree.
Okay, that's the tree's turn. Orri, it's your turn.
He did not ask for permission to murder us.
Well, here comes the dagger again. Here comes the dagger.
Oh no! I'm starting to think it's not the dice.
That did not hit.
Yeah, 3.
You don't have to use the box. Yeah, try on the table. Maybe it'll be better. Okay. So you go. You're just weakly trying to. Eris, your turn.
Round 2 boomerang. 18.
18 will hit.
Okay, so 8 plus 6, 14 damage to the vine holding Orri.
All right. Snaps, and you fall to your feet again. With the vine still around your neck.
Getting very tired
Can I use
of
my
this.
movement? Who's still in the tree attack range?
Falster, Rhea, and Orri, but they're right at the edge. And they'll
Can
go
I
before the.
use my movement to grab Orri and move her out of the tree range, and then use my bonus action to dash and move her farther out of the tree range?
I'll allow it.
So
Because since Orri goes after the tree.
I will use essentially half movement because I'm moving someone. So I'll use 30 feet of movement with my full movement and my bonus action dash to move her 30 feet out of
Easy
the
enough.
radius.
And Rhea and Falster follow behind.
Don't get grabbed by vines, just move this way.
And Slobberchops jumps out from under the bark that he was hiding and runs after you guys. And you guys are all standing there looking. The tree's reaching around, not finding anything. And you see the nooses just raised back up into the branches.
You see Orri on the verge of tears.
I caught a rabbit.
Good, because the other 5 are back there.
Can I
That is
make
the greatest
a,
tragedy of this entire thing.
Can I sprint back, grab the food, and dash out?
Sure.
I do that.
You're able to go back in. Because it retracted its vines up. It's not.
I caught more rabbits that technically you got first.
Congratulations. That was a monster from D&D 2nd edition
Oh wow!
that has not been ported over to a hangman tree. They had things like that back then.
Are you coming to the tree?
So the figure just turns and starts walking into the woods. Well, it seems that your campsite is not safe for you to sleep.
So it would seem. Do you have any suggestions?
I suppose you could stay at my place this evening.
That might be appreciated, yeah.
This way. And for such a large figure, surprisingly silent. Being large yourself, you know that's hard.
I'm actually hanging back a little bit, and I'm like, rainy cart, wet, cold, giant. I know nothing. Find the giant's house.
Step along. You do not want to be left behind. So, you guys follow?
Yes. Yes.
You guys move through the woods for about
I give Orri a biscuit.
what seems like 15 minutes or so. Before you come into almost a clearing. There's no trees, but the canopy completely covers over it. And you're able to see in the middle, there's a rather modest hut. What looks like living trees have come together to form sort of a hut of sorts. Rather tall and long. But yeah.
I kind of glance at Eris, just like,
That's cozy looking.
It does its job. And he reaches out, opens this large door. When he reaches for it, the tree kind of parts and makes a doorway. And inside you see firelight and what looks like furniture that's grown out of the tree trunks, like incorporated into the wall itself. So like chairs and a table.
Can I do an insight check into all of that, or is that a knowledge check? To see
Knowledge nature.
Okay. Oh, 6.
You're pretty sure trees don't grow like that.
This does not look natural.
It's as natural as any house that you live in. City dweller. I'm still shopping his accent.
It is very cozy and sheltered. I appreciate your invitation for us to stay in your lovely home.
And you guys all move in, and you notice that the walls sort of expand to make like almost an entire another section of the room.
Wow.
Place your things over there.
I just nod and do as he says.
And as you do so, you turn around and he's pulling down his cloak, and you see a large, furry furbog.
You are quite handsome, sir.
It doesn't bother me one way or the other.
Thanks for your hospitality and not eating us.
Eating you. Always with the meat eating you. People.
I mean, I'm a tiefling. Usually suspicious of people eating other people. Not really sure why, it's just a thing.
You see him place a tea kettle on and starts heating some water. I assume you haven't eaten. If you need to prepare your foods, do it over there.
Thank you, good sir.
And you see, as you turn around, you're like, do it where? And the table, like, grows out of the wall.
I mean, as creepy as this guy is, he's pretty freaking cool.
I agree, I'm becoming less suspicious.
And when you turn around, also, the door that you all came in is gone.
It's not unnerving at all. Because of this really cozy atmosphere.
All right, I start preparing the rabbits for meal. Do you happen to have any vegetables, sir?
Yes.
I can make a rabbit stew.
I do indeed. He goes over and what would you need?
Carrots, celery,
Potatoes.
onion, and potato.
He goes over and like the tree branches grow out of the way, and it looks like there's cupboards almost, an alcove, and he pulls several fruit or vegetables from there. Dumps them on the table. Will that do?
Of course, I shall prepare the finest rabbit stew.
Indeed. I will make some tea for you.
Thank you.
I can make you a separate portion with your vegetables.
I would be appreciative of that.
Of course. I need 2 kettles.
Of course.
I don't have any kettles.
Again, he pulls 2 pots out and sets them on the fire.
Okay.
And it looks like tree branches, like small tree branches, grow into the fire and then separate from the tree itself.
Sustaining energy.
Smoke goes up a hole over the section where the fire is, and there's no trees growing right above it so that the flames can go up and not burn the tree itself.
As I'm cooking, I just say, I grew up in a log home. Very cozy, such as the same atmosphere, but this is almost cozier.
I am a druid. This is how druids live.
Ah, that is why.
Oh, Druid. Oh. That's why you're creepy and alone.
I am far from alone, but you're lucky I found you and not...
You're much less creepy with your hood off, by the way, and in the light.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna, find a chair, kick my hooves up, and pull out my pan flute and start playing some Mr. Thumbness.
I have not heard but the wind in the trees as music in quite some time.
Well, technically, it's still wind, and these are made of trees.
Indeed. Well, what brings you all to these woods?
We are on a journey to Candlekeep, but we were waylaid. Our wagon was struck by a rock, and the wheel busted, and we needed to make camp. We needed shelter. So that's why we came into these woods. And then spiders and trees and...
Yeah, I don't know. Have you seen any spiders running around with swords and packs of 10 or 12?
No, they generally do not wield weaponry.
It was not my lie.
I didn't. I mean, I was just saying,
Rhea's just
you're
like...
welcome now, because Rhea over here defeated 10 of them, and they all had swords.
I was joking! Clearly there wasn't 10 with swords! I stabbed myself!
It was pretty obvious.
Oh. And he goes over, And he, leans down, and
please.
He's like, let me have a look. And he, looks at her wounds. He reaches over and pulls out some vials and pulls moss from the vial, and he puts it in his mouth.
He's Aragorning this.
And smears the pasty stuff over the wound. She's like, that actually feels pretty good. Leave it on there as you rest, and it will be better. What about you?
I'm doing much better. I had a good rest by the fire, and I got bitten.
Let me see the bites.
All right, I hold out wherever you bit me.
Ooh. And he reaches for into another wall section, and it looks like the bottle is not there when he reaches in, but it looks like the tree kind of ripples and moves it into his grab, and he grabs it.
So cool.
And it uncorks it.
Hand him things.
Pulls out a large leech. Now, this is going to feel weird. And puts it on your leg, and it latches onto the spider bite and starts sucking. It feels weird. Feels like you would think it would feel.
I do not enjoy this.
Give it the time to work.
Of course.
What about you? Are you injured?
No, I'm pretty good.
Oh, she stayed out of our battles pretty well. Got lost.
The kettle starts to whistle, and he stands up and lumbers over and takes it off. As he reaches up, some flowers start growing off the tree branch, and he starts plucking some of the flowers and leaves and crushes them up and puts them into the pot.
That is some very fresh tea.
Why would you want anything but fresh tea?
I don't know. Mine come in small canvas bags. Of course, I don't drink tea.
I was gonna say, I don't really drink tea enough to think about its freshness.
But a good coffee. Is there coffee in here?
Of course there is.
Okay.
Why wouldn't there be?
City dwellers confound me so.
I'm in and out of the city. I found home and rest more at the foot of a hill in the woods. But I do enjoy interacting, shall we say.
What is your name? I know this one is Jasmine. Who are you?
Jasmine.
Yeah, that's always been my name.
I'm Orri.
Orri, a pleasure to meet you. I am Blackbar.
Blackbar. It is a pleasure to meet you as well. Thank you for your hospitality and the leech.
Well, if it was not me, it would be others from the Shadow Grove, and they do not appreciate outsiders.
Who's in the Shadow Grove?
What is the Shadow Grove?
Don't you know of the Shadow Grove?
Do I know of the Shadow Grove? What am I rolling?
History?
Yeah, -2, so 8.
No. Sounds cool, though.
Nope. I don't know a damn thing. Excuse me.
Many years ago, the Yasuran learned necromantic spells here. It's the clock tower in the center of the wood, and it tainted these woods. So the shadow druids moved in and evicted him. They then made a pact to take back this world in the name of nature. Violently so.
I was going to ask, so Shadow Druids are good, but it doesn't sound like they're very nice.
No, they can't abide by outsiders. They would have sacrificed you.
Oh, that sounds pretty culty.
Yes.
There's one thing I hate. It's wet biscuits and cultists.
Well, I can assure you I have no wet biscuits here, and I am not part of their grove.
Well, luckily, Alan wrapped all my biscuits in nice waxed paper, so they are dry.
Alan's an angel.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Too bad we gave him all that cursed money.
There are many things in these woods. You've met but a few of the occupants. There's also quicklings, satyrs, sturges.
I met a satyr once.
Truly.
Pretty sure it was just a halfling in a costume.
Ah. Yes.
He was funny. Not very talented.
Arms
were too
as
short
you
for
guys
a
are
loot.
talking. He's pouring some tea into wooden cups. Enjoy. One for Falster and Rhea. He goes to sip and goes, oh! Reaches over to you. Looks at you weird when you're handing him his cup. And reaches down your leg and pulls the leech off your leg. Reaches over, the tree trunk splits, and he drops it outside. And then reaches back in and it closes. That should heal better.
It actually does. I always hated that remedy, but it's good stuff.
Drink. Your stew should be ready soon. And he takes a deep sip.
Actually, wouldn't his cups be like...
No, they're sized for you. So smaller for you, bigger for you.
Nice.
Druidcraft cups out of the cupboard.
Pretty much.
Awesome.
He actually only has one cup. So he made 4 more.
I only need 1 cup.
1 for bulk, 1 cup. It's a really bad YouTube video. Super boring.
So, tell me, where are you off to?
Candlekeep and eventually Hell.
Yeah, let's just tell everyone that.
What's he
What
gonna
are
do
they
then?
going to do? Follow us?
I would not begin to want to follow you to hell.
I mean, that's fair. What would they do? Follow us? That was less sarcastic this time.
Why is this a destination of your choice?
Rhea?
She's sleeping. You look over, she's passed out.
Good, she needed it.
I don't know. I'm just here for the ride.
He waves his hand over and her chair slowly lowers back and becomes a bed.
Oh my gosh, I was going to ask if they reclined. They totally do.
We heard that El Drell was pulled into Hell because of one man's very poor decision-making skills. So we are going to liberate these people from Hell, and whatever gets in our way shall be exterminated.
A lofty goal.
Quite.
Also, one of our acquaintances has a talking shield who told her to go to hell.
Yeah, the talking shield concerns me, but we will address that when we see her again.
All things speak, if you know how to listen.
Pull out one of my daggers.
You cannot hear the minerals in there?
No, but it's singing sweet, sweet stabby songs. But
I'm not listening to my mace.
Everything makes sounds, tunes, the way the trees talk when the wind blows. Rocks sing out when struck.
There's somebody in the shield. I don't know who, and that's what concerns me. It is not necessarily the minerals in the shield. I believe there is something in the shield, living there, speaking to her, and I do not know what path it wants to lead her down.
You feel it has ill intent?
I do not know its intent, because it will not speak to us. It speaks to her.
Have you asked to speak to it?
I don't know if I mean, that seems kind of made up. I don't want to talk to a shield.
Another member of our party heard it speak. At her request, she wanted the shield to speak to someone else.
He also talks to his notebook and his rat, which talks back, so that's understandable. And chalk and soap.
These are the companions you are taking to hell with you.
Yes.
I guess.
Yes.
I mean, yes. Of course.
They are more than companions. They are becoming family. They have their...
Are they though?
They have their quirks. They have their
I
quirks.
would not disagree that they have quirks, but... Yeah, okay. I don't hate them. I might even like them.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't say family. They're not that much of a dick.
Is your family phallic in nature?
I mean, maybe some of them are.
All right. What about yours?
My family?
Yes.
Oh, they are dead.
A shame.
That was really matter of fact. How long ago did this happen?
I was... Oh... I believe I was 12.
Oh, okay. So it's not like, oh yeah, they died last week.
I grew up with my family at the base of a mountain. And my father was an orc and my mother was a human. We lived happily for many years. And then they were killed. I was sold into slavery.
Wow, that got really deep really fast.
Well, it is something I have come to terms with, especially since Elmater rescued me out of that life, and now I rescue others from that type of life.
Who is this Ilmater who rescued you?
Oh, he is my deity. He's the one I worship. He is the god of freeing those in captivity. He does not believe in people owning one another. And it also goes so far as to just be oppression. Thus these people in hell, I must free them. That's oppression.
You realize that there are many people in oppression in hell. That is, by nature, hell itself. Many layers of people who are imprisoned for eternity.
These people did not deserve this.
Some people do deserve it that go to hell.
They do. But these people were sent there by one man's request.
Oh, the people in your city.
Yes, in the city.
Well, in her city.
Yeah, her city. We just
She's supposed to be some sort of legendary warrior from the city or something. I don't know. I don't see it.
Then why are you going?
Why are we going?
Because she needs our help.
I don't even know her.
Well, we do now.
I don't even like her.
It is not even for her. It is for these people. They do not deserve to be where they are.
Well, I guess we can't let Cass just run into hell by herself either. It's
And
like,
you know she would.
Oh yeah, she's crazy. She would totally do that. Get herself killed real quick, by the way, but she would totally do that.
My eyebrows are still growing back from the last time she ran face first into a room.
She's
Who is this Cass you speak of?
She's
One
in
of
the other
your-
wagon.
She's the one with the crazy talking shield.
Oh, the shield talker.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna use that next time I see her. Just be like, "Oi, shield talker, what's up?"
So Cass is the shield talker, and the mouse talker is who?
Drell.
He's our small friend.
He's tiny, and he
You
doesn't
are-
like you stepping on his.
You are all
children's.
tiny to me. What?
You would not be able to see him. He is very tiny.
That tiny is tiny indeed.
I kind of gesture like, about this tall.
He leans up.
Very small.
Well,
He doesn't like people stepping and touching. Or
Not when
touching
he's
and
drawing.
stepping.
If he's drawing on the floor with his chalk, you may not step.
Nope.
And he does not like my new cat.
Well, he is a mouse talker, and that is a.
That's the issue.
He looks at your cat. I've not seen one of those in many a year.
He is my friend. We freed him from a evil old woman. Brutish.
Well,
Made her head explode. This was glorious.
and you see him look at Slobberchops, and he And Slobberchops meows back, and they start talking for 10, 15 minutes.
Okay, I just stirred the soup. Rabbit stew is almost finished.
Just back and forth.
You know, Orri, it seems like everyone can talk to your cat except for you.
I speak to him in my own way, with bacon. And love. And caring. He understands that language.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
So, after a bit, he stops and he approves of you.
Well, I hope so. I try to take care of him as best I can.
He appreciates that.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
she got a tiny cloak for him that I paid for.
He was cold, and he does not deserve to be cold.
I agree.
He doesn't like the cloak, but it's growing on him.
Just leave it. He'll like it. He'll like it eventually.
He appreciates the gesture.
It's super cute.
I just want him to be warm and dry. We will remove it once it becomes more favorable weather.
Like in hell.
It'll be quite warm there.
Or really cold.
We'll see.
I've heard it both ways.
He's a little apprehensive on going to hell.
I would rather not have to drag him there with us. That is going to be a very dangerous mission. He does not deserve that either, but I'm not quite sure where to leave him until then.
You should get him mittens.
Foster says, he's just been sitting there listening this whole time, taking it all in. My mistress might be able to take him in, if that is, at least while you are away from this plane.
We will speak to her. We will speak to her about that. That sounds like a very good plan.
Hell is cold and devoid of bacon. Yes, Pokey. Yes.
Wow, I don't care about the cold part.
I
that
don't want to
bacon
go
part.
anymore. I don't care. I love bacon more than Cass.
We will stock up in Candlekeep on bacon.
I will buy the town's supply of bacon.
Well, I must see to my evening rituals. I will leave you here to rest. I will be back in a little while. Feel free to bed down for the night if you wish.
Should we kill the shadow druids?
He stands up and takes a bowl and scoops some of the vegetable stew that you made him and starts eating it and opens the door and steps out and closes back up behind him.
Devil bacon. I like it. Yum.
Extra spicy.
Well, he was an interesting character.
A little bit. Little bit. Definitely has his personality.
Giant hermits, am I right?
Yes, I don't believe he has socialized for a very long time with bipedals.
It's probably for the best. Most bipedals are pretty... Ugh.
They can be.
Aren't you bipedal?
Yeah, but have you met me? I'm pretty... Ugh.
Just
I look
eat your
fantastic.
stew.
That's fair. And he starts eating a stew.
No. You give the compliments, I do the insulting. Don't get to agree with me.
Oh, fabulous.
There you go. Now I don't have to kill you in your sleep. Your stew. I eat my stew.
So, hopefully the storm will clear and we'll be able to head out tomorrow.
That would be best case scenario.
Unless you're interested in taking out this Chateau Grove. But I haven't signed up for that.
I mean, Clockwork Tower just sounded fascinating, and you like helping people, and it sounds like he doesn't want them there, so I was just thinking, we could go poke around. If you want to.
We could. I am apprehensive to injure ourselves further before we reach Candlekeep, but we can investigate.
Plus, if you perish, then the box will be in other hands. More dangerous hands, I feel.
Unless you stay here with the box.
Yes, I will stay here with the box.
Watch over Rhea.
See, I have mind control powers too.
He, shakes his head and eats stew.
I'm assuming we should probably sleep first.
Yes.
You don't look too good. I mean, you look great, but
Thank you.
health-wise, you look a little worse for wear in a really attractive way. Am I doing this right?
Doing what right?
I don't know what kind of compliments you're into.
Nice ones. Tell me my hair looks nice.
Your hair looks like a nice mop.
I'd be more interested to know what those green bolts that you throw from your hands are.
Yeah. Me too.
Because I've seen bolts. I've seen
I mean,
guiding
I
bolts.
totally
I've
know
seen
what they are.
fire bolts. I've seen eldritch blasts. That
I
is
believe it's pronounced Eldritch Blast.
but that is unlike any I've seen.
Well, that's just on you for being ignorant of the kind of bolts that people can magically do.
Well, what are they? Tell me.
Yeah, they're the tiefling bolts.
What is the origin, though?
What?
What is the origin of the bolts?
Well, you see, thousands of years ago, I would imagine, some guy was like, hey, bows are fun, but you know what would be more fun? Making it so everyone can shoot a bow, and also where you don't have to be super accurate with the aiming of a bow, because it's pretty hard. And so then he made a small bow on a gun type thing, and then a crossbow, and then the bolts were made because arrows broke too easy.
Oh. Eris, you exhaust me.
That's just the spider venom speaking.
I am going to bed.
Good night, madam. You've made a wonderful stew.
I will also go to bed. But for some reason, it's very restless and I'm very conscious, even though I only sleep for 4 hours.
All right. Well, good night.
Good night.
And he goes to bed.
I say goodnight in Inferno. Nas visual.
That's not disconcerting at all.
Sleep well.
If I wake up with a third arm, I'm coming after you.
Why? That would be super handy. You could have 2 weapons.
Did you just say handy?
Yep.
Go to bed.
So, you guys sleep restfully through the night, and you take a full rest. So you get all your stuff back, heal up. Funny how that works in D&D 5th edition.
Level up.
No. Not quite
What
yet.
are you, level 4 still? Oh my gosh, you guys.
Level 4. You just got to level 4. Gotta experience it and enjoy it.
I mean, I like level 5 though.
Fair enough, but not yet. So, the next day, when you wake up, actually the roof is open. The trees' leaves are all out, and sun is coming down into the hut.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are woken up by sunlight in your eyes.
I just lay on my back and I have the covers and I'm just staring.
If you're having a staring contest with the sun, I've got bad news.
It will blink eventually.
You're not going to win.
The sun will always win.
Oh, Morning comes so early.
But you feel a lot better. So, as you guys get up, the tree opens up and Black Bar steps in. Ah, you are awake. Good. The storm has passed.
That's why the sun is in my eyes.
And also because you're looking at it.
You are welcome to go whenever.
Question.
All right.
You're not a fan of the Shadow Druids.
I am not.
Do you know how many there are?
I would say at least 50.
Oh!
At least.
Maybe we shouldn't do that.
No.
They come from all ends of Faerun. There are portals to other portions of Faerun here in the Cloakwood.
I do not like this idea. I like a good battle. And it is a good day to die,
Are they
but not today.
all at the tower all the time?
They come and go, but there are a good many of them. You do not strike me as a force for that will take on a bunch of druids in their own grove.
Yeah.
He is right. He is.
I mean,
perfectly right.
far be it from me to stop you from making your own choices.
We were just asking
Indeed.
because we were interested about the area.
Before I forget, would you be willing to mend our wooden wagon wheel?
I believe I can do that.
Thank you.
And he plucks a branch from the tree and stretches it around, and it shapes around the wheel. But it doesn't hold. So he looks at it and reaches in, grabs a branch, and it starts curling onto itself while growing into itself and makes a wagon wheel of sorts. It's got branches coming off it. This should do you better.
Thank you very much. I would pay you, but I have a feeling that gold is not your interest.
I have other interests.
Do you like shiny rocks?
I do.
I will give him 2 azurite gems
Thank you.
if he wants them.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So, will you be needing escort out of the woods, or do you think you can find your way back?
I don't think we can find our way back.
Much to my chagrin, I believe she's right. I believe we need
Wait.
assistance.
I don't think we can find our way
We
back.
need assistance.
Very well. And he reaches out and grabs his cloak and puts it on, but doesn't put the hood up this time. Let us go. And Rayad's getting up. She's like, oh, we're leaving? Mm-hmm. I feel so much better.
Good.
She gets up.
You were not doing
Stab
well there.
her just so she's on fire.
God!
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
It was a wooden spoon that I stabbed her with.
Funny.
Surprise
funny.
attack!
I believe there's leftover stew for your breakfast if you wish.
Oh.
So, Orri eats it all before anybody else gets it.
I am a growing girl.
I make a bacon sandwich with a biscuit and some bacon.
In the hips.
Where it counts.
All right.
Don't lie.
Dang right.
He opens the door. Make sure you get your things.
Of course.
And then he leads you out into the woods. And right into the Shadow Grove. No.
I knew it!
You'd be sacrificed.
It
No.
was him the whole time.
After about an hour's walk, you make it to the tree line. And out on the road, you see your wagon is just almost overturned completely. I suppose I should help you with that. And he lumbers out of the woods. And he shivers when he steps out. And he goes over and lifts it up. So you can put the wheel on if you like.
All right, so I fasten the wheel, adjust it. I think that's gonna work.
I'm just like standing there with a piece of grass in my mouth watching.
All right.
Supervising.
I wish you...
You're doing great.
I wish you good journey on your road to hell.
That sounds really dismal.
That really, hearing it from somebody else, it's a little rough, but thank you for the kind wishes and words.
He nods. Until we meet again.
Yes.
Or not. And he turns around and lumbers into the woods.
He's a very ominous fellow, but I would totally live in that house.
It's a great house. We need a druid.
Yeah, right?
As you guys are piling
Rhea,
into the
why aren't you a
wagon.
druid?
Because I
Be better.
ride on a horse and cut down fiends.
Do you, though?
I do.
I don't know. I haven't seen any horses.
Because I haven't had a horse in a while.
Gotten cut down a lot by fiends. Just saying.
Let us just embark. I am ready to be away from these woods.
And as you look down the road, you actually see Drell and Cass are riding back this way. And,
Oh, so now they know this.
and they're waving. And we're going to go ahead and end it there for tonight. Just a shortened episode, but
Yay.
not too short.
I feel like if we did anything else, it would go long.
Yeah.
Let's attack the druids. All 50 of them.
And it's like he's like 50, and we're just like,
Like,
not like
Too
10,
many druids.
50.
maybe.
Okay, maybe not.
They're a large cabal of druids.
How
That's
perceptive are they?
pretty in the woods.
Yeah, and we need to get him like out in the middle of the city.
You need to get them into the city, and then you can attack.
Shadow Druid Con 2020. Middle of Baldur's Gate.
They're going to be like, what? What?
Convention Center.
This invitation seems fake with that linen paper.
Baldur's Gate Convention Center.
So did you guys have fun?
Yes,
Yes.
that was really fun.
Good.
I
That's
like side trips. Side trips are fun.
little side trip,
Yeah, the
side
spider
mission.
dance fighting was the best thing ever.
I so pissed.
So
Her warrior facade and her not facade, but her warrior nature just with
Ran away?
spiders,
went
it doesn't
right
let
out of
go.
that, and I got to hang you guys. So yeah. Well, just
and I got to use my boomerang.
You did.
Twice to
So-
On the same tree for the same reason.
look.
Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate it. Wasn't Avernus, but it was just a little side trip on the way, and we'll be back at it next week. Hopefully, Drell will be feeling better, and Cass will not have adulting to do, and we will get back at it next week. Candlekeep, and then on from there.
Drell better not give me his stomach flu at home.
Oh.
Don't do it.
Or we
Drell.
might
Step.
we might have a side trip with the other two if these guys are sick, or if I'm sick, and then there's just no show. So, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. We appreciate it.
Eris and Cass.
Yeah, it's just them talking back and forth. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it because, frankly, it wouldn't be as fun without you guys watching.
True.
So, tune in tomorrow for Immersion RPG and Primed and Ready. And The Realms is on Wednesday as well. And Primed and Ready's on at 2 until Friday. So, come tune in, watch Chaos paint some minis, and talk about anything you guys want to talk about. They're very interactive with chat. So, we will be there for that and enjoying that. So, thank you again. We will see you guys next week, same time. Tell your friends. Have a good one. Bye.